I see.
It really looks like we're like sponsored by Evian or something like that. Evian, wake up.
Evian.
So how's it going, Samuel? How you been?
Oh, rock solid. Solider than rock. I've been steel solid, baby.
Steel solid?
I'm the man of steel. Big announcement. I just got cleared from the studio to be able to talk about it, but I have a supporting role in the new Man of Steel film that's coming out. It's called Man of Steel Technical Analysis Annihilator.
That's right.
That's right, baby. This week, we kind of did great on some technical analysis that we both performed. It was a bipartisan issue here.
That's right. Just like Bitcoin is.
Yeah, but yeah. So how you doing, man?
I'm good. Just
How was the drive?
the drive was good, nice and quiet. Listened to some podcasts and YouTube, and had a lot of awesome revelations. I'm ready for this recession. Oh wait, are we even in a recession?
I don't think by definition yet.
Not yet. Oh, okay.
No, I don't believe so.
But we're in a recession.
Yeah, on the streets, we know the truth.
Yeah.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
When you drive, so Kenny drives over to the studio. How long is it? About an hour and a half?
Yeah, about an hour and a half.
Do you typically, are you one of those guys that ride in silence, or do you always have something playing, like music or podcast or?
Sometime on the way back, sometimes for like 20 minutes, I'll ride in silence. But on the way there now, I'm usually always listening to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find myself more often than not, riding in silence.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
It's always good to just be with your thoughts.
Be with your thoughts. Sometimes it's scary.
Yeah, sometimes, but when it's scary, that means you have to be with your thoughts and kind of work through it.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
you have to go to like therapy or something.
I mean,
who wants to do that?
I mean,
have you been to therapy?
Yeah, I've been to therapy before.
I never have, unfortunately.
Oh, no?
Nope.
I went as a kid when I was really young, and I thought it was stupid, and I didn't want anything to do with it. And I was just angry that I was there because it made me feel like I was different. But as an adult, it's kind of like a good thing to go to therapy, just because it allows you to kind of like talk to somebody who's not involved in your life and just kind of let loose and let the problems be spoken out, so you can kind of analyze them and find a solution to those problems.
Let go and let God, as they say, right?
I don't know.
You never heard that?
I've never heard. Well, I'm sure I have. I just don't remember.
It's like the live, laugh, love kind of movement.
Oh, really?
Let go and let God.
Yeah.
You know.
It's funny. I almost got into a religious conversation yesterday.
Family member or non-family member?
Family friend.
Oh, okay.
And I was just like,
you still gotta be careful there.
Yeah, no. I was just like, I'm good. I don't want to get into this topic of discussion.
Yeah, you wanted to save it for the podcast. So what was your real thoughts though? No, just
I mean, my real thoughts aren't negative in any way. It's just more so like, you got to find what works for you. And if that means believing in a God, believe in a God. If that means believing in yourself so you can be successful, believe in yourself. And
what if that means becoming a God?
I mean, Kanye's a God. And look at him. He went from the streets of Chicago to Beverly Hills, or wherever he's living at nowadays.
Where does he live? Is it Montana?
Does he live in Montana?
I mean, he has like a couple thousand acres out there.
Oh, really?
It might be Utah.
One of those states. One of those.
I think it's Montana.
It might be.
Yeah.
I think it might be Wyoming.
I concur.
I actually think it is Wyoming.
It is Wyoming. I don't know. I should just call Tip and ask him where he lives, because he would know. You know what bums me out? And I am going to grab my phone real quick just to talk about something. Okay, I'm back. What bums me out is I only did this yesterday, so I wasn't expecting everybody to drop what they were doing. But I want to encourage you guys. We have you ready for this, Kenny? I got to figure out how to do it. 1 second. Daddy's trying.
Dead air. Dead air.
Yeah. I did. Oh, here we go. So I only did this yesterday, but I think it'd be a great addition to the podcast to incorporate you guys during the podcast. So we got a number, a Google Voice number, so you can call and leave us voicemails. Any questions, concerns, you want to just talk some shit.
Coins you want to pump?
Coins you want to pump? Come shill your coins here. The number is 863-456-3960. And Kenny will display that above my head as I repeat it, but it is 863-456-3960. Call and leave us a voicemail, and we'll give you some fucking tips, dude.
Oh no, definitely. Yeah.
Or we'll make fun of you or something.
Yeah. And yeah, maybe. We'll probably make fun of you.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because I'm sure all you guys are making fun of me.
Well, I was about to say, most of the voicemails are probably going to be, fuck you, you stupid bitches.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all
you
right.
guys are dumbasses.
This lasted for one episode. Okay, so we're going to, let's see here. We'll cut that out. Okay, so depending on when this episode comes out, there is some key things to look for in the market. This week, me and Kenny actually traded. It was Kenny's first options trade.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I took one on AMC a long time ago, but I had no idea what I was doing.
You were just clicking.
I was just clicking. I said AMC, and what was funny too is it was before the pump.
Whoa!
Like way before. Probably like 2 months before the crazy meme stock thing even came to play.
Dang.
But when it happened, I was like, dang, I was right.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know what I was doing at all. And yeah, but it was funny. But yeah, this was the first one where I kind of like had my head wrapped around it. Somewhat. Samuel definitely did still help me out with a lot of the entry level, like where to enter at.
Yeah.
But and as far as like executing the actual like buying a call versus a put or buying and selling, but it was good. I mean, the night before we got on the charts and we kind of like, all right, where is TQQ headed? And so we made our prediction, and we felt like it was gonna drop. We really felt like it was gonna drop, as you can kind of tell how the chart is kind of leaning to that way. We still made a prediction if it was gonna go up to the upside, but then that morning we heard that CPI data was gonna come out, and so we were like, okay, when it comes out, that'll tell us which way it's gonna go, like for sure. And so when it came out at 8.6, higher than the previous month, inflation is still, growing. We were like, okay, it's headed down. And so we were able to get a pretty early start, but the downside to it was pre-market.
We started about right here.
Yeah, pre-market ate up most of what if that news didn't probably come out, what we probably would have gained.
Yeah.
And so we started about right there, and I think I started even later because I was having issues with my Robinhood account. So, but yeah, it kind of felt like fishing to me.
For sure.
Like in the sense of like the night before, we're kind of like just, casting our lines. This is what we, think is going to happen. And even if it was a situation where there wasn't crazy news going on and it was just like, let's say it's still consolidated a little bit. Mm-hmm. I felt like that would feel like fishing, waiting for it to make a decision on whether it's going to go down or up. And then once it starts going in a direction, especially if you're winning, I would imagine it feels like, getting that fish on the line,
Yeah.
and you're just reeling, and you're just waiting to see how big this fish is really gonna be.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, it's like when what was it? It was like, was it 15 or 20 minutes into like when we actually got our trades executed?
Yeah.
You and I both were up. I was up. I got in a little bit before him, so I was up 100% on my option, on my put option. 100% of my investment, I made it back in profit. So it was fucking like, yeah, it felt like we had a big fish on. And Kenny learned a valuable lesson. When you're trading with me, sell it whenever you want to, because I might hold it too long.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Kenny got out a little earlier than I did. So Kenny, did better than I did. Full transparency mode. We both lost on this trade.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing about options, and the reason it's risky, because if we would have bought here on just a normal trade, we would have been profitable all the way to the end of the day. But we bought our options here, about here. We bought our options here, and they actually expired on Friday. So you have on expiration, it sells it, and there's a real sense of urgency while you're trading, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
Yeah.
You always, like I said, if you would have bought on just some shares of it, you would have been very profitable. And I've never thought about like just day trading TQQQ.
Oh, just with like stocks instead of
Yeah.
options.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, the options on it are just so beautiful for me. But
Yeah.
So it created kind of a sense of urgency to get these contracts off. And there is something called the Greeks, if you want to dive into options a little bit more. And the Greeks definitely play a role in the way that these options are priced and like the calculations for profitability. So they really, it kind of destroyed us. So I sold, basically back when it hit this 20 EMA, I basically sold, I broke even. So, wasn't executed properly, but it was 100% analyzed properly.
Yeah.
So the story for next week is when we trade, we're gonna, honestly, as you can see here, we didn't even make an exit strategy. I just made, the prediction. So we should have made an exit strategy. And admittedly, I did when we got this doji on the 15-minute, I did say that I believe this is bottomed out for the day. Mm-hmm. So, but I didn't execute because I was worried that I was going to cut it too early and it was going to fall below our support line here.
Well, that's what happened to you, I think, the day before too, right?
Yes. Yeah. I sold like, if I'd have held it for another hour or two, or no, I had 30. Oh my God. I forgot about this. I had $34 put options on TQQ, TQQQ, that expired Friday when we were trading.
Yeah.
I had ones that were 34 strike price when we got down to 26, but I sold them, once it hit like, I think $30 strike price.
Yeah.
So I did take profit off the table, and I could have easily, quadrupled that.
Yeah.
That could have been another 500, 700% trade like I did the week prior. Mm-hmm. But it was still good trades because, I bought 34, sold at 30, and, made some decent profit. So I'm not upset. It's just, I need to lock in my exit strategies a little harder for next week.
Yeah.
But that's why I love trading, because you can figure out what went wrong because you lost fucking money.
Yeah.
It's no real question there.
Yeah, exactly. But it was nice to kind of be in the trade and like actually participate in the market and have my predictions on where it's going to go. I mean, for me, a lot of what this is just putting your analyzing, doing some technical analysis, and when you put your money up front, putting it into the market, it's you saying, this is where I believe it's going to go. Yeah. It's you using your, I don't know why, it's you using your voice in the form of money to say, hey, this is where it's gonna go.
Putting your money where your mouth is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, put up. Or
Oh, I
nut
wonder
up
if
or
that's
shut up.
a
That's what it
stock
was.
market. It started with the stock
I don't know.
market.
I don't know. Probably not.
Probably not gambling.
Yeah.
That sounds like a gambling
Yeah.
term. You're like,
Yeah. You want to take that bet, wise guy?
yeah, put your money where your mouth is.
I wonder if your grandpa said that.
Probably.
You should just.
He
call
probably
it-
said that to your grandpa.
Yeah. Oh, probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know if my grandpa ever met a Hispanic person.
That's crazy.
I don't think Missouri has a large Hispanic population.
Especially back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I mean, that's what I like, or even here in Florida. I mean, it's growing a little bit, but the Asian community growing up here, I think there was like one Asian family.
There was a couple, but they all, like, the reason why we didn't know them is literally most all the Asian people,
They stick together.
they went to the private school.
Oh, really?
The one Danny went to. Remember, that was the hub.
Oh, yeah,
They were
you're
all,
right.
all the Asian kids in the county were pretty much there.
Yeah, you're right. I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least, yeah, a lot of those. Like,
That was
I know
more-
a few Asians, like, I know a few Asians who went to Sebring High School and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
So those were the poor Asians.
I guess so.
They're just the poor people. Everybody's poor in public school.
I mean, especially in a small town, like,
Yeah, because if you're rich, you're going to go to private school. Period.
you're going to go to private school, and if you're even more rich, you're not going to live in Highlands County. Yeah.
True that,
But then you got to have your top dogs. Like,
Is that why you moved out? Because you're too good for us now?
it was just opportunity, man. I moved out to join a band and never turned around. And
Never
Even-
going back, never going back.
that's why I'm back in Highlands County.
He's not. He doesn't fucking live here.
I don't live here, but I operate here.
The P.O. box is here. If you guys want to send us something in the P.O. box,
Yeah.
don't. That's for the IRS. Yeah, so a lot of fun. We traded TQQQ options. We took a great play. We exited horribly, but I'll take blame for that. That was your
Yeah.
first one, and so I can't ever ask you to do it.
I mean, partially it was like, it was also my Robinhood account.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if you would have got in that trade with
Well,
me,
I was planning on getting in as soon as it opened. For me, the CPI data was enough for me to be like, oh, it's going to go down.
Do you know? Okay, so speaking of CPI data, if you can, agree with us that the CPI data, which you know what that stands for?
Consumer Price Index.
Okay,
Boom. I
Nice.
think price. It
I think
might.
it is too.
Yeah, I think so.
And what is that report display?
It's kind of like, so let's say everyone needs gas. Every month, everybody spends money on gas.
Mhm.
So they'll analyze it month to month to see how much gas has gone up. They also, it's a basket of consumables, I guess you could say. So they do gas, they'll do like bread, they'll do things that the vast majority of Americans purchase. The thing about it that is a lot of people say that's kind of like it's not an accurate reading is like, let's say Chips Ahoy. I'm just going to use Chips Ahoy as an example. Was one of the things that they analyzed where, let's say in the month of May there were $2 a pack for, I don't know, 12 cookies, and then in the month of June it goes up to $250 a pack. Well, instead of,
and that would be reflected on the CPI report.
yeah.
Okay.
But the issue with that is, as things get more expensive, oh man, I can't afford Chips Ahoy anymore. I'm going to go with Publix store brand. So then what they do is, even though the price, Publix store brand, because that one's $2 now.
Right.
So even though the Chips Ahoy went up to $2.50, I decided to buy stick to the $2 cookies. That it's saying, oh, no inflation hit cookies.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but people could be cutting costs.
Cutting costs by going for a cheaper alternative. So it's not a true reflection of, I mean, certain things for sure, like gas. But even then, that's also not a true reflection.
Right.
Because who knows how much more ethanol they're adding to the gas to,
Well,
for that shrinkflation to hit the
right.
gas. So they're still profiting off of it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But in this case, it definitely was the catalyst that everybody was talking about that made this drop happen. Yeah. So if you do trade off of those type of things, definite things to look out for this coming up week. And Kenny, I hate to do this to you, but I can't read that. It's too far away.
Okay.
So actually, I can read it on here. So things to look out for this next week. Economic data this week that's to come. This was tweeted out by investing.com. So, we can just plug in the tweet here, or you can shut the fuck up and listen and make some goddamn money. So this week, the economic data is going to be producer price inflation. That comes out Tuesday. Wednesday is retail sales. Also Wednesday, the Fed policy decision will be coming out. That's probably going to be the biggest one to watch. To see if they're going to raise the basis points, they're going to keep it the same.
I think they're going to drop interest rates.
I feel that way. I feel like that too.
Oh, I was kidding.
No, I feel like they're going to. I feel like they're going to do something to try to. I feel like they're going to say like the market has priced in ample amount, because now last week you had Biden say that inflation is not dropping fast enough.
Yeah.
You had, but then you had Biden yesterday, I believe, and I'll try to find the article and send it to you. But like some of his opening statements at some event he was at, he said that this like bad economy is going to last for a while or something like that. Like he made some really negative outlook statement, but I feel like with, and maybe they're not going to drop them, but I feel like another 50 basis points raise, I feel like almost things have bottomed out. Things have priced it in. I mean, that's not a recommendation for anyone. I'm just saying, me personally, it's like I always look at these and I'm like, how much more could this?
I don't think they're looking at the stock market at all with that. And like, I think they're looking at the CPI data. The CPI data is saying it's coming in hotter than, it's not going down. The only tool they have to fight that is raising rates. So I think they're going to continue to raise rates.
You think they're going to stick to the plan, or do you think they're going to increase rate raise?
I think they're going to I think there's a chance that they'll increase their rate change.
Jesus.
Because a lot of this is stemming from, I think, I try and look at it, what is my political motivation? My political motivation is, let's stomp out inflation as fast as we can, in the sense of like putting out the fire. All right, we put out the fire. All right, now that we put out the fire, let's lower rates so we boost the economy, so then I can get these Democrats reelected.
Yeah.
I think that's my personal opinion. And then when they do that, it's just going to be all over. I mean, that's the same thing with the whole like the $10,000 student loan forgiveness that President Biden is trying to push right now. He's trying to push an agenda that gives Democrats something to stand on. Say, hey, if we can push, if we get Democrats voted into office, we can push this. It's kind of like a bribe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Push this through or whatever. It's no guarantee, even then, if the Democrats got voted in, that they would actually do it, for one. And two, there's no guarantee the second that they can even win, that the Republicans won't get control of the Senate and the House. Or I'm not sure who has control of what right now, but I know the Democrats have the majority. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Democrats are in the House and then Republicans are in the Senate.
Oh, okay.
Because of the gun bill that was just passed in the House.
Yeah.
Raising to purchase a firearm, you need to be 21.
Yeah.
Which, as a gun owner, I completely agree with. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But
Bill Burr had an interesting take on that too.
on the gun control. in
Yeah,
America?
and I thought it was pretty good. His theory was, or his rant about it was, everyone starts off with a little Peter gun, like a little pistol, no
Yeah.
big deal. And then you kind of have to earn the right to own the other guns, aka taking classes on handling these kind of weapons.
Sure.
Doing background checks, things like that, where I was like, oh, okay, I can kind of get behind that.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. I mean,
I feel like you and I probably have really different views on.
I don't think so. No, I
Yeah.
mean, like, even if, dude, honestly, if it meant if it meant me giving up my guns would mean that there's not another school shooting, I would give up my guns today, like right now.
Yeah,
But I know that that's not
that's not the reality we
that's
live
not
in.
the reality we live in. No, because I give up my guns, there's going to be 100 other people behind me that are not giving up their guns,
No, yeah,
and
exactly.
it's just not going to happen.
Yeah,
I mean, it should happen. It should. We should. There should be no guns anywhere ever in the whole world.
yeah,
There should be no war, none of that shit. But
yeah. Because a part of me kind of understands why the right to bear arms was a big thing, because it was the 1700s.
exactly. There was
Like-
horrible atrocities going on globally,
Yeah, and
and there still is, but not to. Things are better, much better.
well, also that, and if you think you're going to put up a fight against the military, your government, like setting boundaries, you're wrong.
Yeah.
The weaponry that the military has is gonna will always beat anything anyone
Civilian,
in the
yeah.
private, any civilian can own.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like at this point,
You can't win.
yeah.
Like, even
But then also there's the argument I should be able to, if somebody breaks into my house, be able to protect myself.
for
And
sure.
if they're gonna have a gun, I should be allowed to have a gun. So I guess yeah.
I see both sides.
Yeah, I see both sides too. Because as I was talking, I was just like, but what about this?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it's kind
But
of
that's why I say, if they can figure out a way to take them all away, I'll sign up.
yeah,
But we have 3D printers. We can literally print a gun.
I think I have a family member who prints guns. Yeah,
Hell yeah! Shouts out to you, bro. Yeah. Hey, we need to get one.
I think he does. I'm not sure.
We need to get a TPC. gun.
Either he prints guns or he has a 3D printed gun. One of the two. I forget. But he has access to them. Like
We'll have
if
our
you want.
3D printed guns and pew pew coming at the competition.
yeah, that kind of scares me because like it's
Hell
not
yeah.
metal, right?
No, you can
So-
go through a metal detector with it.
Yeah, exactly. So
As
it's
long
just-
as the components are plastic.
yeah,
well.
I guess the only thing is getting the bullet through.
Yeah,
Just eat some bullets that morning.
it would go off.
Oh yeah, they would see it in your
Oh my
body.
God. There's no stop. So there is a chance.
There what?
They can take all these away. Just we need hardcore policing. We need no sense of privacy. We need to be able to walk through a scanner into every building we ever go into.
Yeah.
So it's available. We could do it.
Yeah. Or just,
Give me the chip.
give you the chip.
Give me the chip.
Neuralink me.
Oh, so if you do trade off of, economic data, there is a lot going on this week. Wednesday is always the hot day. That's where the Fed policy decision comes out. Let's see, what else do we have that I know about? We have a industrial production filing coming out Friday. So that probably will be a big one in some sectors if you are trading anything industrial sectors. I don't know what the housing starts. I don't know if they meant to type stats or housing starts. I don't know.
Yeah.
That might be a good thing. Maybe I can get some goddamn housing. Maybe it starts
Yeah.
Thursday.
I think it's probably the stats
Yeah.
on what's going on.
Yeah. So a lot of economic data coming out. If you do trade that way, be very careful, especially Wednesday. And I only say that the third time so we can get a clear take. If you wanted to cut it, but
Yeah.
if he wants to leave it, we're good.
Yeah.
So Kenny has a, he's been on a pilgrimage lately. He took the red pill, blue pill? Which one is it?
It's orange.
Orange. Oh shit!
Yeah.
You took the orange pill, Kenny. He's a Bitcoin believer, guys, and he's been talking to me all week about the power of the coin and these deep intellectual thoughts on it.
I mean, kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean,
but I would love for Kenny, if you guys don't know why you should buy Bitcoin. And now I'll be honest, I don't own any Bitcoin. I own zero.
yeah.
So this is why I'm not speaking on it. I believe in it, and I think it's a great thing, but it's just not something that I have done yet. More because I'm just more interested in the stock side of things at the moment, and I'm just kind of waiting. But I do kind of hear it
resonates with you. What Bitcoin stands for resonates with you.
And I hear the terror in Kenny's voice when he is pleading to me to go ahead and start buying.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask Kenny to come on today.
All right. You've been dragging this out long enough. But really what it is I got out of the military, right? And a part of me asked, okay, what do I do now? I spent 8 years in the military. I didn't really have much of a plan. And where do I see my life going? I had a son, and I really started thinking of his future and things like that. And I stumbled upon Bitcoin, and I'd heard about Bitcoin in the past, 2017. I think a lot of us did, and realized oh, it's still around. It's still a thing. What's going on with this thing? And then I listened to Michael Saylor, and listening to Michael Saylor talk about Bitcoin, talking about how his approach is very, very straightforward in explaining it's faster, it's, more divisible, all the great arguments. It's cheaper to move. It's the best monetary system that's out there today. No one controls it, but really anyone can get behind that and really appreciate it. But really what it is what does it, I started to ask, what happens when Bitcoin is adopted by humanity, or if it were to be adopted, what kind of effects would it have? And I started looking at it. Well, inflation makes your dollars worth less, right? So if something can't be inflated, something like Bitcoin can't be inflated, what happens to that Bitcoin? Instead of being when the GDP goes up. So instead of your dollar, and let's just say your Satoshi is what they like to call anything less than a Bitcoin. So like a 0.01 Satoshi or whatever. Your Satoshi is hardened. It becomes, so your Satoshi used to buy you a loaf of bread, but as the GDP grows, your Satoshi now affords you the ability to go eat out back instead of just that loaf of bread, that same value. And then I thought, okay, well, I've always heard inflation is a good thing because it forces the economy to spend money.
Yeah.
But in reality, it was just kind of like a lie, because people want things.
Yeah.
People want to spend money regardless of whether their money is going to get more valuable or less valuable in the future.
They don't give a fuck. They still got to spend money.
Yeah, they still have to spend money. That's the world we live in.
Yeah.
And so it quickly rang to me like, oh, this is a built-in savings account. This, if it were widely adopted, nobody can no longer inflate and steal money from you. That's one aspect of it.
Yeah.
It also takes the power away from governments being able to just spend their money to start print money to start wars, print money to spread their agenda, print money. I mean, you name it. you call it, like all the things you don't agree with the government on and how they handle money, this is your hedge against that. Like for me, I bought Bitcoin at $40,000. I bought a whole coin. And for me, it was my way of saying, fuck you. You keep your money. I'm going to this new standard where it's harder, more scarce, faster. It doesn't matter. I know that I'm not going to be cheated out of my money.
Yeah.
And right now is a critical opportunity. I believe Bitcoin's here to stay, just for the simple reason, when I get on YouTube and I YouTube Bitcoin, I see rich people talking about it. I see poor people talking about it. Athletes are taking paychecks in Bitcoin. Everyone, a type of person out there is buying Bitcoin. Yeah. So my question to you is, you can sit on the sideline and wait for it to be 200,000, or you can go ahead and put a little bit of money into this now. Like, you're here listening because you want something different for your life. This is your opportunity to take action. You don't have anything without taking action. Buy $10 a month. Buy $20 a month. You're going to quickly, like right now we're in a recession, yes, and it's going to hurt and it's going to be bad. But if you can make your way through this recession without selling your assets. And that's what Bitcoin is. It's an asset. It allows you the ability to own a piece of the net worth, the property, to make a decision, and it's something anyone can buy, in the sense of it's 0.1, 0.2. It doesn't matter. Eventually it'll show its value. And if you think the first digital asset to be classified as property isn't going to be extremely valuable, especially when there's only 21 million that will ever be minted, then you're I'm not even going to say, I don't like to call people names, but
yeah, I think what you said there was awesome. What you said is, if you can find something in a downward market where you're, dollar cost averaging, which that's the most popular way to purchase crypto, where you're buying $10 a week, $20 a week, whatever it is. If you can find something that you don't sell, and just hold, then, statistically, you have a very large chance at making good amounts of money on an investment if you can withstand the pressure that we're currently under.
Yeah.
So don't, like Kenny didn't put all of his money in Bitcoin. He put an investment into Bitcoin.
I did.
Yeah.
And I was talking to a family member last week, and he said to me, "But man, it's so risky." And I was on my drive down here. I thought about that, and I say, the risk I'm taking is far less greater than the risk you're taking by staying out of. It's an insurance policy against the U.S. dollar, and that makes me kind of sound like, I don't know, it makes it like I'm an anarchist or whatever. But in reality, is the minute you put something away in Bitcoin, what you're doing is saying, you can't inflate me.
No.
You can't make my dollars worth less. You're putting an insurance policy saying, hey, when this thing collapses, you're safe because you own something that can't be inflated out. You already know what you're getting with Bitcoin.
No.
You don't know what tomorrow the Fed could be like, we're printing $20 trillion. And I mean, obviously that's not going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
But who's not to say, 20, 30 years from now, when the debt is so big where it has to double up, where they have to print that much money.
Right.
I mean, it's not a coincidence that Bitcoin is here, as the U.S., as a lot of these countries are collapsing, and it's not going to go any slower. There are enough people who are awake. The smartest and brightest minds are getting involved in this, because if you're being honest with yourself, any investor who really understands the markets and really understands what inflation means, how monetary systems work, I mean, I don't even know a lot. I know I'm barely scratching the surface, and it's not hard to see that this is way more valuable than any dollar could ever be, you know? And if you're, oh my gosh, I don't know. I feel very passionate about this. I almost feel like I'm in a room by myself just talking. And I think, if you have any questions on this at all, I mean, don't hesitate to reach out to us. We'll point you in the right direction to see if this is really a right move for you and, you know, your family or, you know, yourself or whoever. This is the best. Now I'm getting just emotional over it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's just, there's a lot of good that will come of this. Because I mean, the thing that motivates, I would say, most evil in the world is power. You don't get power without money. And right now the money's being controlled.
Yeah.
So they know.
They said that inflation has caused the average household now, since the basis points raise, I think it's $450 a month extra.
Yeah.
Is what the average American is paying right now. And that's due to an inflationary asset, which is the dollar.
Yeah.
And then imagine switching over to a deflationary asset.
Yeah.
With throughout time, you know, could you imagine the inverse of inflation? That would be things got more expensive, so now you're making $450 more on the average household income if they hold that asset.
Yeah.
The math might not work out to that, but still it would just be, it is powerful to actually be able to have something that's deflationary that hasn't ever existed in the fiat world.
And like, this is something that this is something like nobody has control over it. Like, when was the last time that monetary systems weren't controlled by people?
Never. Yeah.
Like maybe in the very beginning of gold, but that was very short lived.
Yeah.
We're coming to a crossroads where this is like almost like a part of our evolution as a species, I guess you could say. Like we've just discovered something that we haven't seen in centuries,
literally,
and
not to say it won't end up like that.
Yeah, no,
it
definitely
might end up like that with cryptocurrency, where the rich buy up all the supply, and now we're fucked.
Yeah,
but that's why
But even then, we're not fucked because you gotta spend it.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So it will eventually level out.
Yeah.
And you can buy a X amount.
Yeah.
You can. It's always going to be accessible.
Mm-hmm.
But it is beautiful to imagine getting in on something like that.
Yeah.
Imagine spending, $40,000 to profit $1 million.
Yeah.
Or imagine putting $5 away. If you would have put $5 away a week, $10 away a week into anything. Literally anything, into crude oil. Another chart we're going to pull up. If you were to put $10 a week into crude oil at the beginning of the inflation issues, you would have 10x your money.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation. It got stopped because of the money printing at the time.
Yeah,
and then all these assets went through the roof. So. This isn't something that you literally couldn't have done 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You could have put it into a very discounted asset, knowing which way that the inflation was going to take it, and you could have 10x'd your money on literally any stock.
Yeah.
And now it's like the inverse.
Mm-hmm.
This is the effect of what money printing does, of what high inflation does. So now it's driving all these assets down, and currently Bitcoin is still tied to it. You know what I mean? It's we haven't had enough adoption yet.
Yeah.
To break out of that.
I mean, it's still a risk-off asset, you know, in the sense, like it trades like the tech stocks. And I think a part of that is because it's looked like a tech stock because it comes from the internet. It's born. It's born from the internet, like a lot of these, companies are. And the thing is, it's totally different because regardless of whether you buy in or not, or whether the U.S. buys in or not, or anyone, regardless of if it's still there.
Yeah.
It's still going to be sitting on the internet somewhere.
Yep.
Being, deemed by humanity as worthless.
Mm.
And the thing is, in my opinion, if you come to that realization, that's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
I'm never gonna, when I see something that's good for humanity, why would I sell it?
Yeah. It's like,
it's literally not gonna make if the world was on a Bitcoin standard, anyone holding Bitcoin couldn't get inflated, poorer. Like, why would I sell that?
right.
What if I'm thinking of the world I'm leaving behind for Luca,
For sure.
or for anyone and everyone, for you at home. Like, this is an opportunity to say no.
Fuck
we
you.
want to do something different here.
Yeah.
We're tired of you just trying to get richer. Like this war in Ukraine, the rest of the world is shouting, why is Russia invading Ukraine? Like, people are over the taking over territories. People want to just live their lives in peace, go on the vacation, be with their families. But then there's a few select people in power, Skull and Bones, I'm talking to you, that, they have an agenda to push to make more money. And some people are inherently greedy. Some people are inherently giving.
Yeah.
And it's funny. The more you have, I feel like the easier it is to be greedier with your money. The less you have, the easier it is to give more. And that's experiences I've had in my life where I've stayed at homeless shelters and been in a position where, I've had to, be amongst the lowest of lows, as society puts, and kind of see how giving those type of people are. And I think in general, we'll see. I mean, like in the movies say, good triumphs over evil.
Yeah.
All the time. And I really feel like as people wake up, I'm not the only person who feels this strongly about it in
Definitely.
a philosophical way, but in a,
we need to take some mushrooms and talk about Bitcoin sometime. Look, I see the coins.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's
if you guys want to do some mushrooms with us, join the Discord. We'll set up a
time and date.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, dude, I think everybody should definitely, if you want to say fuck the government and you want to get rich, buy some Bitcoin, right?
I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm saying this is what I believe, and this is where I believe it's going.
Yeah.
It's the closest thing in my life that I've ever seen to truth, and I feel.
This isn't even a point that you brought up. But the trustless money situation when it comes to Bitcoin, and this is a common misconception because of potentially the Skull and Bones. There's a narrative that's been put out there when it comes to Bitcoin, and a lot of you understand everything we've just said, and you've heard it a million times, and you're like, okay, cool. But there's a lot of people out there that really, truly just don't get Bitcoin. Or when we say Bitcoin, cryptocurrency in general. But there was this, I remember when I first heard of Bitcoin, it was the narrative that this is the drug dealer's currency.
Oh, yeah.
And, this is the stuff that's used on the dark web. And, it's like I really thought, oh, that's what the drug dealers use. Yeah. And it's so far from the truth.
Yeah, it's definitely far from the truth.
When you have a transaction with cryptocurrency, it's time stamped, it's the exact to the second. From what wallet to what wallet, which has an ID code. Yeah. So there's no way to hide this money. So the only way I've ever seen people buy shit, and yes, Bitcoin, you can do some hoinky doinky things with it. And, you know, the government wasn't sniffing around Bitcoin at the time, so it was just easy to send it that way.
Yeah.
But the easiest way to purchase anything illegal is fiat currency, is cash. If I hand you a $20 bill, nobody knows it.
No, yeah.
There is what they call a paper trail. So with Bitcoin, it is the most noted and secure paper trail you could ever use.
Yeah.
You would never want to do it that way. And
The CIA loves Bitcoin. The FBI
Yes.
loves Bitcoin.
yes, but and
And the cartel knows not to use Bitcoin.
exactly.
You know,
and the politicians know not to use Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
We're looking at you, Elizabeth Warren.
Mm-hmm. We heard about you. We got those files.
Yeah.
Check your email.
Yeah. Get back to us.
Yeah. Or else. I don't know if that's legal.
Yeah. No, or else.
Yeah, no, never mind. Not the or else. Forget that part. Dude, so I wanted to talk about on last week's episode, which is what, episode 4? This is episode 5?
This is episode 5.
Yeah. So on episode 4, I talked about how we were going to change some stuff up in the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and told people that, you know, if you joined, you know, now it was going to be the best experience that I felt like they could have ever experienced in the Triple Point Charts Discord. And my analysis on that was fucking perfect again.
Yeah.
Dude, this last week, and I'm not even plugging my shit. Like I'm talking to you guys like homies. Well, it's not my shit. It's our shit. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
But I really feel like this week I was in how many people did we talk to? We probably talked to 4 or 5 people. And that might not be a lot to you guys, but I mean, actively together in the Discord, we got our charts going, we got the videos going, and everybody just sitting there bullshitting, hanging out. We talked to Crypto Prophet 420 while he was over in Vegas. Got to fucking, they're right there. We're sitting there talking charts, talking, crypto. He's given us his analysis on the TQQQ as well. Everybody in there's got the same idea. Even Brenny he said that, he took pretty much the same setup that we took. And it was, I believe he said it was the most profitable trade he made of the year.
Oh, nice.
I'm not 100% on that. And I'm not speaking on his portfolios or nothing. I just believe that he said that he traded something very, like a vehicle very similar to what we traded and kind of had the same idea as us. And he had a rock solid trade. Yeah. So it just makes me feel fucking cool and, really good that people are actually coming together. We had like 5 new members, I think, this week.
Yeah, we did.
Shouts out Crypto Prophet 420. I know that was him, but
gang,
baby. So if you haven't joined the Discord, for real, do it. Also, if you haven't subscribed, we're doing a $10,000 giveaway at
$1,000 giveaway, not $10,000. One day we will be.
Yeah, we haven't announced that one yet, but
yeah,
we're giving $1,000 away. To the. Let me do that one more time. I fucked it up. I was gonna say $1,000 away to the 1,000th subscriber. Talk about deflationary.
Yeah.
So this is a great time to announce something that is brand new. We haven't said this on the last 4 podcasts episodes, but we're gonna say it today. We're doing a $1,000 giveaway at 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. We're inviting you. Come along. Subscribe, like, comment, share. Mm-hmm. Facebook, tweet, Snap, Truth.
Truth?
Yeah, that's the
Trump
stuff.
one. Yeah.
If you're on Trump, share our shit too, bruh. I bleed red for Republicans if they're subbing. I bleed blue for Democrats if they're subbing.
Yeah.
Fuck it, man. But yeah, so subscribe to the YouTube channel. At 1,000 subscribers, we're giving away $1,000 in your choice of crypto. But after that speech, I couldn't imagine you taking anything but Bitcoin.
That's right.
That's right, bitches.
Yeah. And the biggest point why we we decided to make this video and where I talk about Bitcoin, is I wanted to talk about Bitcoin now because I want to talk about it while it's down.
For sure.
Because
while you have a real opportunity.
While you have a real opportunity to, stack them, what's they call it? Stack them stat.
Yeah.
Sats.
Yeah.
Sats. That's what they say.
Oh.
Or whatever.
Fill your bag, baby.
Yeah. And really get the opportunity to dollar cost average in. And like for even if like, because even doing $10 a month or whatever, there's tons of different outlets where you can earn yield off your crypto. So you can build that Bitcoin portfolio even higher. There's things like Vlad. There's things like Celsius. They're all really good companies that you park your crypto in there and you can earn a yield off of. There'll be a few linked down below.
Yep.
Use those links. You'll get some free crypto from that.
Yep.
And FTX even for trading, and Coinbase. These are companies. Like, these are actual full-fledged, like, making lots of money. Nobody makes a lot of money buying the state LA Lakers, Crypto.com, FTX, Miami. Is that the Miami Heat?
I
FTX?
think so. Yeah, I think so.
I mean, like, these are legitimate companies.
Yep.
To say that crypto is a drug dealer, that's what drug dealers use, you're a fool to believe that.
Yeah, Tom Brady ain't hooking up with fucking drug dealers, and he took like 50% of his pay in Bitcoin, I think.
And probably cashed out right away.
I hope so. If not, he lost 50% of his value.
Yeah. But, I mean, regardless of that, like, you should be, even me, whenever the price goes down, I'm like, all right, let's do this. I'm stacking more.
Yep.
Stacking more.
For sure.
And let me tell you, all it takes is 21 million people and to believe in this, and there's going to come a point where you're only going to see it go up.
Yep.
And
the way that they limit the deflation is it takes a long time for these coins to be minted. But what happens if there's 19.2 million coins out right now and everybody believes in it right now? What happens?
I mean, the price goes up
significantly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it can't mint any faster.
Yeah.
So like it's not a thing like we won't see 21 million in our lifetime.
No, we won't. I
Like,
think 21 million will be minted at 2140 something.
Yeah. So
I'll be around.
huh?
I'll be uploaded.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shouts out to Upload on Amazon Prime. We encourage you to go watch seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah, they're good.
And 3?
No,
Other two?
3.
No.
No, 3. I said they're good.
Oh, I thought you said and 3. I was like,
No.
shit, I gotta go home.
No.
But that's another part of crypto that people don't understand. Or, new people don't understand. Newbies, noobs, fuck boys. They don't get it. That it's not like people can just go to the store and grab more Bitcoin. It takes a long process for these things to come out, and you are not going to see the full 21 million coins that are ever going to be out in existence. You cannot see that in your lifetime.
Yeah.
Like it takes too much computing power and too much time for that to be there. So that does mean that eventually more people are going to want it than what's available, and that's going to drive the price up.
Yeah, exactly.
And I encourage you, if you're like, you don't know where to start when it comes to crypto, this is what I've been telling people lately. It's the easiest way. If you get a paycheck and you don't have a bank account, and you know what I mean, you're using, and this is a lot of people. A lot of people are using, they're getting their paychecks direct deposited in a Cash App, or they're using the company provided prepaid debit card. Download, and we'll put the link down here, but download Coinbase. Make a Coinbase account. You can get a Coinbase debit card. You can do direct deposit into Coinbase, and you can select exactly how much you want to allocate to cryptocurrency. If it's 0, that's fine. You don't have to allocate anything. But every time you swipe your card, you can decide that card has rewards on it. So when you're paying your rent, when you're paying for McDonald's, any of that, I'm not talking about rounding up to the next dollar, nothing. You're getting interest earned on everything you spend on a Coinbase debit card, and you can select which cryptocurrency you want to earn those rewards in. So that's a way that you don't have to change any of your habits, and you can still earn crypto.
Yeah.
You could still start getting some skin in the game, because once you have, $50 in crypto, $100 in crypto, and you haven't had to do anything for it, you just are living normal and you're just acquiring this, like it's going to feel very nice.
Yeah.
And then once you see that 50 turn to 100, you're going to realize that you made a mistake by not putting in 2% of your paycheck every week.
Yeah. And I mean, I'll just leave it at this is just even if you're not moved to buy Bitcoin, just do yourself a favor and start, doing some poking around at investment strategies and how money works and, how markets are affected by the Fed. And, I mean, the time we're in right now is an amazing time to learn about monetary policies, because if you can learn all this now when things are bleeding, and when the bull run comes and you hear about things like printing of money or whatever, then you know how the markets are going to react to those things, and you're going to know, I mean, I know of some people, I didn't know any better, but I know of some people in 2020 when they heard about all this money printing, they took out as many loans as they could.
Yep. 0% interest.
Yeah. And I mean, even for everyday people like you and me, where you're still getting charged an interest. Oh, but they knew that if I take out all these loans and put it into the stock market, I mean, there are some people who knew that the market
for sure
was going to recover in 6 weeks when they heard that news.
Imagine if we were where we are now.
Yeah.
Then it would have been beautiful.
Yeah. And so, I mean, just because things are down now for everyone doesn't mean like you can't learn and take advantage.
Sure.
Like today we may not make any money, but tomorrow we're going to make more money than we ever thought we could.
For sure.
Because of the way the monetary policies work and the way we understand now.
Yeah. Like,
hey, we're going to take a bet on ourselves and on our understanding of the monetary policies. That's what that is. Yeah. I challenge you to just learn about all this stuff now while we're in the bear market, because you're going to come out ahead during the bull run.
For sure. And if you don't know about it, join the Discord and get on. We have something called Chart Talk, where we literally just get on there and bullshit, like for real. We got people over in Australia. We got people North Florida. Me and Kenny are on there. And we're all talking about the same thing. And we don't all agree. We don't all feel the same way about it. Yeah. So it's beautiful to kind of hear everybody's side.
Yeah.
So,
and a lot of it too is you have people who are day traders, like Samuel over here. That's what he does. He's a day trader. Me, myself, I am not a day trader. I look at it like I look at the investment opportunity. There's so many different ways to go about making money off the markets. Yep. You can go about it learning about TA and learning how to day trade, or you can learn about it in the long term. Like I told Samuel at one point, I said, even if this falls apart and, for whatever reason, you and me quit talking, I was like, I feel good knowing that I'm good. Yeah. I know I'm going to make some money because I understand market enough for a long-term investment. And I know how to do that. I know how to invest into good good products now, and which projects to invest in. I understand how the market moves, and I'm okay with the bear market. Yeah. I'm not letting the bear market get me emotional. I'm letting the bear market give me an opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, analyze what type of investor or person how you want to use the market to make money. And there's nothing wrong with whatever strategy you come up with.
For sure.
Yeah.
And
shut the fuck up.
No, I have this in my head, and I want to say this very clear. If you don't believe in Bitcoin, I'm calling you out right now. I'm calling you fucking out, pastor. I'm letting you know, if you don't believe in Bitcoin, put your fucking money where your mouth is and start shorting the shit. Show me your shorts. If you don't believe in Bitcoin, comment below and show me your short positions.
Don't do that. No, I'm just
please
kidding.
Don't do it.
Don't do it to buy Bitcoin. No,
yeah, but
short that shit.
Yeah,
I want to buy some cheaper Bitcoin.
Don't be a bitch. If you don't believe, and why would you not? this is what I always think when somebody's like, "Oh, that shit is so stupid." What an incredible investment opportunity for you non-believer. This is a $27,900. This is a $28,000 asset, and you believe it's going to zero? Fucking oh my god! Imagine a $1 put on Bitcoin. You would make 7,000,000% your investment.
Yeah.
Just throw $1 in on a one. Like you're too pussy to throw $5 in on a $1 short. I guarantee you.
Yeah.
It would be the worst investment of your life.
Yeah. Peter Schiff.
Peter Schiff. Fucking do it, bitch.
Do you even know who that is?
Yeah, I do. That's the guy who was sitting next to the guy when they were doing that interview. It was like, it went viral. He was like, the guy said, "You don't need Bitcoin." And he's like, "Yes, you do need Bitcoin. It's a hedge. It's the future. Your kids are going to say, my dad was on drugs." Have you ever seen that one?
No, I haven't.
I got to pull it up.
I got to see that.
Oh, it's great. But Kenny's Kenny's when is your next service for your Bitcoin sermon? You're holding services now, right, Pastor?
I'm gonna be holding services. I'm gonna be on the. I just got my mic at home. You just wait. You're gonna see Triple Point Charts thumbnails everywhere. Samuel's gonna be like, "Sorry, man, we gotta go our separate ways."
No, I'm for it. Peter Schiff.
Are you talking about Michael Saylor? Like
No. It wasn't.
They had a debate.
Yeah, it wasn't Michael Saylor.
I mean, he's done a lot of Bitcoin.
No, it was a viral clip. It just happened. I don't know the guy. He wears like blue round glasses.
Oh, Max Kaiser.
See.
And then just type in drugs. Probably into that.
Yeah, true. Said you kids are gonna say my dad was on drugs. I think this is it.
What is the value proposition of Bitcoin? It fulfills all the four major categories under Aristotle's proposition for good money. What is value? It's the portability, divisibility, fungibility, and scarcity and desirability. It fulfills all those characteristics.
I would debate the scarcity,
so
but it
great.
doesn't have any real money. Must be a commodity in and of itself before it's money. It
This
must
is a
have
commodity.
actual use. No, it's not.
It is.
Okay, so you tell me what can you do with your bitcoins right now?
Sound.
What?
I have a Bitcoin debit card. I can go
No, but
anywhere in
that's
the
not
world
that's
and buy
spending
stuff.
it.
That's right.
What can you do?
But Peter, I believe
I can secure immutably for all time in history data. On a blockchain, the Bitcoin it's the biggest
but you don't
blockchain in
need
the world.
You don't need
Every
the
10
Bitcoin
minutes,
to do
it's
that.
totally verified. No, yes, you do.
You can
because otherwise, you have the ability of others to come in and change that database. Databases, you can have any database product can come along and secure data, but it's not immutable and it's not stored.
it has to
it's
have
secure because of the technology of proof of work.
It has to
technology.
have
Nothing
every
yet.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
apart from its
Securing
use in-
data is useful. Securing
What data are you securing?
any data that you would
What
want.
data are you securing?
Financial data, mortgage data. The
But on
proof
your
of
personal-
data,
if I have one
my
Bitcoin-
birth
no.
certificate, my
No.
personal data, my verification of
But
who
you
I
don't
am.
need-
So I don't need Equifax
But you
to
don't
sell
need-
my data
and
and,
you-
lose my data and fuck my data.
and
I
you
can have
don't
my
need
data
Bitcoin
on a private
either.
key and say, this is me. It's immutable. It's every 10
Yes,
minutes. It's
but-
verified. And that's who I
Max,
am. Give me my fucking
Max,
money.
You don't need Bitcoin either.
Yes, you do, because it's the
you
most
can-
secure. It's the only secure database that's ever been invented.
No,
That's
you-
the technology. You fail to understand that it's a new technology that is as profound as the printing press or the electric light
you
bulb.
know,
You're comparing it to things that you shouldn't be comparing it to. It
Yeah.
makes no sense. You're talking nonsense.
Yeah, this is.
Okay?
Look,
It's a brand new breakthrough in
look,
technology.
this is
Your
like-
kids are going to be wondering why their
Yeah.
dad didn't see the value. They'll be
this
like,
is-
Dad must have been on drugs because he never saw the value.
This is the cult of Bitcoin. This is your guru. This is the type of reaction that you're going to get. I mean, you might as well be Sung Young Moon or something, or
Oh
just
my
don't-
gosh, but he's
don't
totally
drink
right.
any
Let
of his
me
Kool-Aid.
help you help yourself.
But
Because
that's
he
all.
looks at it, he looks at Bitcoin through the lens of for himself. Max is looking at it through the lens of for humanity.
Yeah.
That's the difference between the two guys right there.
And I'll blow your mind again with this. His statement was so accurate. This is a cult because you guys are always going to have a leader that does this kind of stuff. Okay. But the reality is Bitcoin doesn't have a leader.
Yeah, no.
And there never will be.
No, yeah.
There never can be.
No, there can't be, yeah.
So
I
he's
mean-
so he's right, but Bitcoin already fixed that issue as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, God damn it. Like you want to hate Bitcoin, but the more research you do on it, you're just like, fuck, I need to just throw some money in here, you know, and just get hedged.
Yeah. No, yeah. It's
Ugh. It just keeps getting sicker and sicker, bro.
yeah. I know it's all I mean, just do some fucking research, people.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you know you could buy a Bitcoin back in the day. Oh, yeah. But so speaking on things that we feel that could fall. Now, I'm not speaking for Kenny when I say this. I am this is my personal analysis that I did last night up here at the office. I was just quite bored. So I was looking over crude oil. So the price of a barrel of oil, basically. And I put together a little analysis for it, and I'm going to make a bold statement here about crude oil. So as you can see here, all the way back from 2015, we start this, bouncing trend. So 2016 in June, we bounced off of it. We couldn't touch it there. We couldn't break here. So now we're getting back. We're touching this line again. This trend line. This is a really quick breakdown. But I'm just trying to get to my point and maybe open up some conversation on how this could be possible. So we come back. We touch our trend line here. We can't hold. We did break. I will give it that. We did break. But we can't hold. Here again, we break. We can't hold. Now we're at another point where we've broke, but are we going to be able to hold? Well, there's a very beautiful candle that has formed on the ticker /CL. So the candle formation is a gravestone doji, which you have definitely heard on this channel. Gravestone dojis are like the entry level candle that everybody looks for, but a doji is showing that the price of the asset isn't really firm yet. It's almost like there's a tug of war going on and you don't know which side's going to win. So we have a gravestone doji just above our trend line and just at a resistance line. So I'm kind of feeling like we're going to retest. We're going to go down in price on oil to potentially where I have my first dot here to about 115. See if we can hold. That'll put us at that 20-day EMA. Just a lot of crossing going on. So 115, we could be dropping down to. And then ultimately, if we can't hold 115, I got us pegged down at 109, 108. Very bold prediction because I don't know what it would take to push oil down right now in value. Yeah. I truly don't know.
I mean, what I kind of said was, because he asked that question, I don't know what could. I kind of think that, there comes a point where the way oil works is it's always being used. I mean, we all buy gas every day. It's constant usage. So the minute that usage slows down, so because we constantly use it, it's constantly being bought. It's constantly being imported. It's just like a cycle that goes and goes and goes.
So the price is almost like a reflection on how quickly something is being used. That the oil is being used. Yeah.
So the fact that once the price gets high enough, it has to slow down because
'cause
people just can't afford it.
Right.
So then it takes time for that cycle of moving the oil from the ground to it takes time for that to slow down as well.
Yeah.
So then I think that gravestone doji is a good example of that's representing that slowdown of, how much oil is being consumed.
Yeah, and we just hit record. Was it the first time in history $5 a gallon is the average price per gallon in the U.S.
Yeah.
Insane.
Mm-hmm.
At 130 a barrel.
Yeah.
Or no, 120 a barrel, sorry.
Yeah. So
So yeah, that's what I'm not saying. This is next week's play that I'm going to be taking, but I would love to. I'd love to keep watching this. And if you guys do any technical analysis, I welcome you to send your predictions or eat mine alive. Very well could be. Again, I'll play devil's advocate here.
yeah. I mean, we would love to hear anybody's opinion
Yeah.
on any. I mean, anything we talk about.
Yeah.
Because we're fucking lonely up here.
It's lonely.
It's lonely.
But I could see that maybe this is just the people are, they're testing and seeing if they could push it any higher.
Yeah.
So they might try to push it higher and try to break the previous highs over here, which would be the top of our triangle.
Yeah.
At 130. 130. Yeah. So I don't know. Oil is going to be a fun one to watch here soon because there has to be some kind of fall down.
Yeah.
In a market that gets inflated so quickly. That's the problem with when you see on a chart, if the candles go all the way up real quick, you almost see it always come all the way back down. And that's just because there isn't any level. There's no real levels. It doesn't take a moment to tell you, yes, this is a good true price.
Yeah.
It's just shooting up. And as fast as it shoots up, people then don't know where the true bottom is. So
It's
it goes all the way back down.
If FOMOing in, FOMOing out.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, that first spike up.
Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. That first spike up is a good example of what you were saying.
Like here?
Yeah.
Yep. And then it falls all the way back down to find when in all reality, this area, is the true price.
Yeah.
$100 a barrel.
Mm-hmm.
That's it did this, but the real price was $100 a barrel, which seems to be, cyclical there.
Yep.
Yeah. So stay protected, stay hard. Join the Discord, subscribe to the channel, comment, like, subscribe. Subscribe to us. Unsubscribe, then resubscribe, just so I get the notification.
Yeah.
But share these videos. Definitely join the Discord. Shit's getting fucking popping in there.
Let us know what your thoughts are on these videos and comment anything you'd like us to talk about, whether that be a company, a ticker, politics, whatever. They're all tied together.
And give us a
Even
call.
worse in China.
give us a call. Oh,
Yeah.
Did we talk about did I talk about my I don't know. We'll do that later.
Yeah.
I've got another play that I'm setting up on Yang.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that next podcast.
Yeah.
But thanks guys for checking it out. We appreciate it. And just, buy high, sell low.
Have a great day.
Peace.
Come and trade with me. I got all the profit that you need.